We're in the actual pits now. We have 6 of them total. It's about an 8-hour process. They start around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. It takes about 8 hours to get it completely done. This is one of the 6 pits that we have. Each butt weighs anywhere from 3 to 7 pounds. And once again, they're all Boston butts, which is the upper front portion of the hog, front shoulder, leanest cut of meat that you can. We use all Smithfield products. The reason we like the Boston butt is because it is a lean piece of meat, has a thin layer of fat around the exterior and one bone in the middle. You need that thin layer of fat so that when the meat cooks through, those juices run through it. Small fires built in the front. We use only hickory and oak wood. Gets the pit hot. Takes it about an hour to get hot enough to put the meat on. So there's no gas, no electricity. It's all done by wood and manpower. These guys really work up some big muscles out here picking up these pits. We cook about 6,000 pounds a day. When the fork goes through the meat easily, you know that you're close to being finished. And when it's a complete product, you should be able to use your thumbs on the end of the butt and it'll break off into 3 sections and you have one clean bone coming out of it. Once the meat is finished and it all comes off the pit, they bring it into the meat processing room. What's happening now, Charles has pulled it off the bone and they chop it into small chunks and then it's going to be mixed or variegated with our sauce. After they've completed this process and all the meat is chopped and mixed in with the sauce, it goes into 50-gallon drums and is taken down to the restaurant, and what we cook today will all be used tomorrow. So it's about a 24-hour process of cooking and preparing the meat until the time it goes out to the customers. We try not to chop the meat too small, but still to be able to maintain that flavor that you get from the hickory smoke. By using this whole method, we've been able to maintain quality and be able to keep that hickory, that wood cook smoke, because rather than going to a food processor or machine to do it and a gas grill, because if you do that, there's really no sense in using the hickory oak and the hickory wood. It's a lot slower process, but you want to make sure that you still are able to taste that flavor. Now that the meat is chopped, Charles is pouring the barbecue sauce over it. And then they'll mix it all in by hand and lightly toss the meat so that it coats it, and then it'll set up overnight, and that allows those flavors to run through the pork. You handle it kind of like you would eggs. It has to be, you want to be very gentle when you do this so as not to break up those pieces of meat, because the sauce itself will cause the meat to break down and the sauce to run through and all the flavors to come through it. Because if you did do a food processor or a hand chopper, it all ends up kind of being like processed, canned product. So we try to be very careful to make sure that we maintain that quality and maintain that flavor. It truly is an art, as you can tell, to know when you've got enough sauce in there, because we don't actually, you don't pour it all in at one time and then just mix it up. You have to go slow, pay attention to what you're doing. And it's kind of by feel and by eye that you know when you've got enough. Very similar to those old-timey recipes when your mom used to say a dash of that and a pinch of this. Makes it very difficult to be able to duplicate the process, but that's part of us being able to hang on to our secrets. The jumbo is our most popular sandwich. It's a 5-inch roll with a layer of coleslaw, 1/4 pound of barbecue on the sandwich, and our JC special is our most popular lunch special. That's a jumbo sandwich, order fries, large drink, and a cookie.